Hi guys, so we're told that Brexit would be beneficial to the British people, it would boost businesses and therefore help the economy. Well, the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs Committee took evidence from those in the respective industries which would be impacted the most by these news checks coming in July and later this year when it comes to imports. So how much exactly will this new Brexit red tape cost? Well, quite a bit it seems. Andrew Opie, the director of the British Retail Consortium, and Richard Ballantyne, the CEO of the British Ports Association, described both the problems of availability and cost.
Andrew and Richard, any final comment before I call the Secretary of State in?
No, I think the only thing I would say is, it is important to think about availability of stock as well as the costs. We've talked a lot about the costs and the checks. Actually, what we saw through COVID with the problems with lorry drivers was delivery slots into distribution centres are missed, and that's when you start to get a problem. So for us, even a 2 or 3 hour delay at a port can have a knock-on effect in terms of availability. So consumers, the cost issue actually will not be great. It will be lost primarily in the consignment, but it might be the availability, particularly as we go into the winter, that is as much a concern as the cost itself.
Yeah, and Richard?
Yeah, just to follow, I think it's a really important point to talk about the physical impact and the space restraints, but that's probably there's not time to discuss that now. Just on costs, one thing that your very able committee clerk asked I highlight was we've had some assessments done by one of the main importers into the UK who suggests that the statutory charges for inspections were about £240 million a year based on typical amounts of certificates being processed at the moment. And then on top of that, when we get the charging for the inland facilities and the privately managed facilities, we're probably looking at a total of around £400 million per year extra in terms of that will be passed on to traders. So spread across the industry, fair enough, but that we are nervous about those costs, and things like alternative routing from places like Belgium round to the Republic of Ireland, as we've seen. So we are keen that this process is facilitated as efficiently as possible.
£400 million. There you have it. Now, this £400 million, of course, has to be dumped on top of the other mountain of money that has been wasted on Brexit. But here it is. Just on regarding imports, bureaucracy connected to imports, £400 million. Now, yes, he's right, spread out, all over the entire industries. It's not going to have a huge impact. But remember, Brexit was about saving money. This is money that is going down the toilet, £400 million. As I said, spread out, it's not a lot, but £400 million is still £400 million. And we have to add this, of course, to the mountain of other money that's been wasted because of Brexit. And none of this was actually necessary. That £400 million could have remained in the pockets of these traders. It could have remained in the pockets of consumers because obviously they're going to pay for it at the end of the day. This could have remained in people's pockets if the UK had remained part of the single market and the customs union. This is the cost of being a third country. Just one of the costs, remember. This is just one of the prices to be paid. There are other costs as well, and we've covered it before. So there you have it. £400 million down the toilet in order to keep, and I have to say this, to keep racists happy and to allow disaster capitalists to asset strip the United Kingdom. The Jacob Rees-Moggs are doing very well out of this. It's quite sad because none of this was necessary, and this will be passed on to the final consumer, of course. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.